Namaste. Before following any advice or practice suggested in this video, it is always recommended that you consult your doctor as to its suitability, especially if you suffer from any health problems or special conditions. Yamajit, Joan Hollandsby Mayer, and Tridevi Chamunda Mandir cannot accept any responsibility for any injuries or damages incurred as a result of the exercises and meditations contained in this video. Namaste, and welcome to our weekly Tuesday Satsang here at Tridevi Chamunda Mandir in Denver, Colorado. I'm Yamajit, and thank you for joining us this evening. Just taking a look on the screen. Rafa, thank you for joining me. I hope things are going well on your end, and we will definitely remember you and Susan in our Puja tonight. And I invite anyone else to say a little hello on the chat function at the bottom left of your screen. So the theme for tonight's satsang is depression, which tends to be common during this time of year. So some of us are prone to something called seasonal affective disorder. Has a perfect acronym, SAD. The days are getting shorter, and because of that, there's a tendency neurotransmitters. So yoga and meditation are excellent aids in overcoming seasonal affective disorder. Some other things that you can try doing is getting out in the sun as much as possible when there is a sunny day. And if you go on Amazon, type Lightbox into the browser, and you can find inexpensive units. These are boxes with either fluorescent or LED light that you have close to you. And I myself have one, and this time of year, I have it going for about 20 minutes in the morning while I'm at the breakfast table. So anyway, tonight's theme, we're going to be doing a gentle yin yoga sequence with specifically some postures which are designed to alleviate depression built in. We're going to do the usual chakra yin yoga routine, starting with the base chakra, working our way up to the crown. And I'll be adding one different breathing exercise and 3 different asanas to that. And then after our sequence, while everybody's in Shavasana, I'll lead everybody in a guided meditation, again, designed to help in depression. And you're welcome then to come back, play the recording of this broadcast whenever you have need. So again, welcome. So some things I would recommend other than your usual yoga mat or carpet. Some blankets might be useful, different sizes of cushions. If you have a yoga block, that might be useful as well. So make a couple more announcements while you might be assembling some props. So this coming Friday, we'll be doing another Kriya Yoga practice, as we typically do the first Friday of the month. Those of you who have altar kits for the practice, please have those available so you can join in with the puja part of that. If you don't have any of that, you can still follow along and join in the mantras and still have a wonderful meditational experience. We'll be doing our Tuesday satsangs all through the 10 great wisdom goddesses, the Dasha Mahavidyas. And then The next Friday, we'll have a yoga nidra. It'll be the third Friday. The fourth Friday of the month is Christmas Day. So happy holidays. We will not have a broadcast that day. But 1 week later, on January 1st of 2021, we'll be doing a special New Year's puja to Lord Ganesha. And that'll be like all of our Friday pujas at 7 o'clock in the evening. So to begin our practice, I invite you to find a comfortable seated position. You may want to have a cushion under the hips, tilt the pelvis just right so you can sit comfortably with a straight back. I invite you to make any little micro adjustments you might need to make so that you're comfortable. I invite you to close your eyes and just begin breathing deeply. Full, slow, deep yogic breaths. Completely filling and emptying the lungs. Filling the belly and then the chest as you inhale. Emptying the chest and then the belly as you exhale. And just letting go of the cares of the day and the worries of things that have happened or things that might need to happen. Just let those go. Let those drop away so that this next hour can be spent just for you in this moment. And now we're going to modify our breath a little bit. We're going to practice what is called Ujjayi pranayama. And in Ujjayi pranayama, we tighten the muscles of the throat a little bit. So our breath sounds like waves of an ocean coming in and going out. Some people compare the sound also to the breathing of somebody who's deeply asleep. Just tighten the throat a little bit. And just experience that naturally slowed breath. and relax the throat. Bring your back to normal. Just take a moment and feel the effects of the practice. Then bringing the palms of your hands together at heart center, we'll begin our yoga sequence by chanting Om 3 times. Inhale. Inhale and exhale, slowly opening your eyes, bringing your hands to your lap, taking a couple of breaths. Again, finding that comfortable cross-legged position. If your knees don't quite reach the floor, you might want to place a folded blanket or a cushion under each knee. So for our first asana, this will be, it's called fire log pose or square pose. And while we breathe in this pose, I invite you to focus on the area of the first chakra, and that is the pelvic floor. Inhale deeply and tall, and then exhale, hinging at the hips, coming forward, sliding the hands forward, finding that comfortable edge, keeping the upper back straight. Breathing deeply, focusing on the pelvic floor. Going just as far as breath and body allows. You can always back out of the pose if it gets too uncomfortable. Feeling a nice stretch in the hip area on the right side. Deeper on the exhale if it feels right to do so. It's comfortable. And then inhale, walking the hands back. Coming back to simple sitting, taking a couple of breaths. And then switching the cross of your legs. And then inhale tall. And exhale again, sliding the hands forward as you hinge at the hips. Breathing deeply. Coming deeper into the pose if it feels comfortable. Otherwise, listening to your body. And then inhale, walking the hands back. Coming back to simple sitting, taking a couple of breaths, feeling the effects of the practice. Coming into our second chakra pose. Nice hip opener. Bringing the soles of our feet together. Starting out in cobbler's pose. Inhale. Nice and tall. Exhale, again, hinging at the hips, walking the hands forward. Finding that comfortable edge and breathing. This time focusing on the second chakra, the area just behind the pubic bone, breathing in and out of that area. And just letting that area and the hip region release. If there's discomfort, you can move your feet more forward or come a little bit out of the pose. Otherwise, if it feels right, to surrender a little more to the pose of each exhalation. Go as far as body and breath allows. And then inhale, walking the hands back, coming out of the pose, resting for a moment in cobblers, back straight. So we're going to do the first of our added poses. In yin yoga, this is referred to as dragonfly. So for dragonfly, I'm going to straighten the legs, separate the feet. You may want to have some support under the knees if you're having knee pain. And you may want to have a cushion or bolster in front of you for additional support. Inhale, straight back, exhale, hinging at the hips again, just finding that place to stop, that comfortable edge, breathing deeply, coming a little more forward into the pose if that feels right. Otherwise, just feeling that nice stretch, the inner thighs and hips. And inhale, coming up slowly out of the pose. Rest for a moment with your legs straightened. Just feel the effects of the stretch. And come back to whichever form of simple sitting is most comfortable for you tonight. I myself am having a much easier time in this pose. My knee injury is doing quite a bit better. The yoga has really been helping. So now we're going to move our breath and awareness to the area of the solar plexus, the upper abdomen, between the breastbone and the navel. Inhale, raising your left arm overhead. Exhale, bringing the left hand to the right knee. Inhale, kickstanding the right arm around and finding a nice gentle twist to the right. Breathing deeply, focusing on that solar plexus area. Turning the head to look over the left shoulder. And inhale. And exhale, coming out of the pose. Resting in simple sitting for a couple of breaths. Inhale, raising the right arm overhead. Exhale, bringing it to the left knee. Inhale, kickstanding the left arm around and twisting gently to the left. Turning the head to look over the right shoulder. Continuing to breathe. And inhale. And exhale, coming forward and taking a couple more breaths. So now we're going to focus on the heart center in our breath. And we're going to do a somewhat different pose. This pose is called dragon. So I'm going to come sideways. But I invite you to find whichever way is safest to come onto your hands and knees. Maybe just take a couple of cat-cow stretches just to neutralize the spine. And now inhale and exhale. Bring your right foot forward between your hands into a lunge while straightening the back leg with the top of the foot on the floor. Lifting the chest, breathing deeply. There are options with this pose. You can have the knee on the outside of the arm if that's more comfortable. You can also move the left knee forward. You could also have blankets under your knee if your knee is sensitive. Breathing deeply, focusing on that heart center. Balancing on your fingers or on the palms of your hands, depending on what your body is telling you. And then inhale and exhale, bringing your foot back, and back to tabletop. Resting in tabletop. Turn around just to demonstrate the pose on the other side. So hands stacked right under the shoulders. Again, if you need a blanket under your knees, that would be fine as well. Knees beginning stacked under the hips. And inhale. Exhale, now bringing the left foot forward between the hands, coming up onto the fingers if you need to, straightening that right leg as much as comfortable. Again, you can have the knee on the outside if that's more comfortable as well. Changing the knee position for comfort and breathing. Again, you can move the right knee forward if you need to. It's getting uncomfortable. And inhale. And exhale, coming back to tabletop. Take a couple more cat-cow stretches. And then straighten your legs, coming forward onto your stomach. Hands on either side of your shoulders, chin on the mat. And resting for a couple of breaths in chaturanga or crocodile. Just make sure I can be seen on the camera. And then inhale, sliding your forearms forward. Pressing the backs of the feet into the mat, engaging the core. Coming up about to navel level and breathing deeply into your throat center as we assume Sphinx pose. This is a variation of Bhujangasana, Cobra. You can slide the arms forward if there's too much discomfort in the lower back. Widening, separating the feet can also help the lower back. deeply as you hold the pose, making any adjustments that you need. And then inhale. Exhale, slide the forearms back, bring the chin to the mat, returning to chaturanga. Taking a couple of breaths, just feeling the effects. So our next pose is we're going to be focused on the third eye, breathing into that area, Ajna chakra. And this pose is called embracing wings. So I would suggest bringing a cushion in front of you. You're going to be resting your forehead onto this. You're going to have your right arm forward, palm facing up, left arm behind. Elbows are even with each other. Resting the third eye on the cushion. Breathing deeply, focusing on that third eye center. Seat of the pituitary, the pineal gland, the medulla. Source of that wonderful chemical pharmacy that helps us in beating depression. Your gaze under your closed eyes can be turned slightly upwards toward the third eye. Backs of the feet are pressed into the mat again. And then inhale, coming up a little bit and switching your arms. So your left arm is forward, right arm is back. To make things more comfortable, you can slide the elbows apart by bringing your forehead back to the pillow. Again, pressing the backs of the feet into the mat and just breathing. Focusing on that third eye center. And inhale. Up a little on your elbows. Remove the cushion. Coming back to chaturanga. Just resting in crocodile, taking a couple of breaths. Then inhale and exhale. Engage your arms, bend your knees. Bringing your forehead to the mat and just rest for a moment in Balasana or Child's Pose. And inhale, coming back up into tabletop. Maybe take a couple more cat-cow stretches. And then just finding a nice, safe way to transition onto your back for Shavasana and our guided meditation. So find that comfortable position, resting on your back. If you need cushions or a folded blanket under your knees, you can certainly do that. Or a cushion or folded blanket behind your head, just to help keep the airway clear. Your feet are a comfortable distance apart, both feet dropping to opposite directions. Arms a comfortable distance from the body, palms up toward the ceiling. Your eyes are closed and relaxed. And once again, I invite you to return to long, slow, deep yogic breathing. Breathing from inhaling from stomach to chest to throat, exhaling from throat to chest to belly. So while you're resting in Shavasana, I invite you to make any minor adjustments to make yourself comfortable so you can lay in Shavasana for the next few minutes. Shifting your weight, just allowing your body to be supported by the floor. So I invite you now, we're going to take a couple of deep, full breaths. Inhaling comfortably and deeply into the chest and the belly. And exhaling, letting go. One more full breath in. And a complete exhalation out. Now just continue breathing deeply. And see if you can begin to send the warm energy of your breath toward any part of the body that feels tight or heavy. And as you breathe, release that discomfort and that tightness with the exhale. Just feel your breath going to all of the tense and heavy places and feel them loosening and softening. See if you can feel the healing action of the breath with a friendly but detached awareness. And if any unwelcome thoughts that come to mind suddenly arise, those too could be set out with the out breath. Just release with the exhale so that just for a moment, your mind is empty. Just allow any feelings to just come up, move through you. Let them come. Just honor their presence and let them go, again in a non-attached manner. Again, thoughts, mental pictures, emotions, memories. Just be aware of whatever comes into your realm of awareness. Let them rise. Just observe them safely from a distance without getting involved. And as you exhale, just let them pass. Let them dissolve away. Now I invite you to picture somebody who loves you, someone who loves you more than anyone else loves you. They could be someone who's living now or who's passed away. Could be a parent, a child, a pet, a friend, a spiritual figure, a guru, the god or goddess that you're closest to. Just someone who loves you unconditionally with strong feelings of warmth and of care. Just reflect on their love for you and how they look to you. And see if you can feel their charge of powerful, loving energy in your heart. Just feel that energy of love in your heart center. warm, pulsing waves of nourishing, soothing, loving energy, moving right through all barriers of dull, deadened space. Melting away any thick, heavy fog that's in the body, and the mind going straight to the core of your energy, releasing and awakening it, and feeling it begin to expand from your heart center all through your body, charging you and renewing each and every cell. Just feel your energy gather, getting stronger and deep in your center, and reflecting out, embracing your entire form. The rich and vital supplies of your own unique life force, radiating strength and purpose to every corner of your being. Feel yourself being able to breathe in more deeply and more easily, filling your whole body with generous and healing energy. Feeling its warmth and aliveness, sending hopes and comfort to every part of you. You feel nurtured. You feel supported. You feel loved and appreciated. Just breathing in to touch it, and breathing out to let it move through you. Feel your body awaken, and feel the fog and density around you dissolve and lift and drift away. The dullness evaporating in your body, the mind sharpening the senses, coming alive. Coming alive with each breath, breath by breath, moment by moment. Maybe you understand at this point how hard the recent times have been, how cut off you may have felt from yourself and others, living with some form of depression around your heart. How isolated you may have been in this heavy fog that surrounded you. And see if you can feel with your whole heart, with your whole being, that you are in the process now of healing and balancing. And know that you will continue to heal more and more as more and more releases happen. More and more pain is let go. More and more resentment is let go. Letting go of disappointment. Letting go of self-hatred. Just letting go of all of those things as you breathe deeply. And as you breathe with this increased, loving, balancing energy pulsing through you, you can remember the feel of your body at this time and the vigor that you are feeling, the love you are feeling, the strength, the smoothness, the steadiness, the stability, alertness, feelings of joy, feelings of being alive. Breathing in to touch it and breathing out again to let it move throughout you. Sending your own energy to every corner of your being, rich and full and clearer than before. Now I invite you to take a deep and clearing breath. And you might begin to feel that something powerful has happened in your heart and in your body and in your mind. Positive shift, a positive clearing, heaviness becoming lighter, cold becoming warmer. Now I invite you to take another deep and clearing breath. And begin to become aware of the sounds in the space around you. The sound of my voice, the tolling of the bell, any other sounds that you might notice around you. Take another deep and clearing breath and begin to move your fingers and your toes, your hands and your feet, your arms and your legs. Just take a moment to give gratitude to yourself for taking the time and having the courage to take part in this unusual mindfulness practice. And know that with your breath and the thoughts of those who truly love you, you can return to this state whenever you want. So I invite you now to roll over onto one side. Just rest on your side for a moment, keeping your eyes closed. And then engaging your arms to bring yourself back up into a seated position, still keeping your eyes closed. Bringing the palms of your hands together, rubbing them together vigorously, placing your hands over your eyes and slowly opening your eyes, letting a little light in through your fingers. Massage your face, your scalp and your neck and shoulders and arms. Bring the palms of your hands together, again at your heart center. And namaste. And thank you for joining me in our practice tonight. So in our puja tonight, we'll be honoring, as we very often do, Ma Kali. Kali means darkness. Think of the infinity of the space, or the darkness of the soil from which all life comes and is called home to in the end. And just know that Kali is the bringer of light in that darkness. Though frightening in appearance, she's also a mother of compassion. So we do this puja tonight to generate energy to help everyone around us who might be going through some difficult times at the close of this year. People who've experienced loss, depression, anxiety, any difficulties. This puja is dedicated either to yourselves or to those closest to us, and for humanity at all, humanity in its entirety. So bringing your hands again to your heart center, let's open this rite of devotion by chanting Om one more time. Inhale. Om. Om. Pavitra pavitro va sarvavastam gatopiva Yashmare Pandarikaksham Sabyavyanta Sushi. Om Gam Ganapataye Namo Namah. Jai Ganesha. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namah. Jai Guru. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Kailase Patona Namah. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Sava Mangala Mangalye Shiva Savada Sadike Saranye Triambake Devi Naryane Namostute. Jema Devi. Om Jayanti Mangalakali Bhadrakali Kapalani Durga Shama Shiva Datri Svasvada Namostute. Jai Tvam Devi Chamunde. Jai Bhutita Harani. Jai Sarvagate Devi Kalaratri Namostute. Jai Ma Kali. Om. I invite you to join in with our mantra, very protective mantra. Om Klim Kalake Namah. Om Klim Kalake Namah. Om Klim Kalake Namah. Om Krim 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 Kadake 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 Namah. Jema. For light in the darkness. For hope where there was hopelessness. Happiness over sadness. Healing over sickness. Comfort over sorrow. Jema. 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 Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Sat Om. Jai Ganesha. Jai Guru. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Ma Kali. Jai Ma Devi. Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. Namaste and blessings always. And thank you again for joining me this evening. Please join me Friday night, 7 o'clock, for our Kriya Yoga, Puja, and Satsang. Have a good night and good days ahead. Jai Ma. And thank you.